Cooking your fish whole is a great option and will ensure that you get the maximum out of your catch. There are quite a few species that can be used for this. To prepare the fish, start by removing all the scales, the gut and gills, and then trim off any fins before finally washing it off with salt water. Next, grab a small mixing bowl and combine 1 teaspoon of crushed garlic, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of lime or lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Mix until you get a nice even consistency. Rub the marinade over the entire fish, including inside the gut cavity and the head. Once the marinade is rubbed all over the fish nice and evenly, cover with cling film and then place in the refrigerator for a minimum of half an hour, but I prefer overnight as this ensures the flavour gets right into the flesh. While the fish is marinating, we can get geared up to make our stuffing. For this you'll need 2 tablespoons of butter or olive oil, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onion, 1/4 cup of chopped dried apricots, 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of chopped sultanas or raisins, half a cup of chopped walnuts, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. In a saucepan, heat the butter or oil, then cook the onion on a low heat until soft. Then add the fruits, nuts, breadcrumbs and spices and cook for 3 minutes, mixing well the entire time. Allow the stuffing to cool and then place the fish on a piece of foil large enough to enclose it. Fill the entire stomach and head cavity of the fish with the stuffing. Bring the foil around the fish and then fold the edges so that you make a parcel. Place in a preheated oven to 180 degrees Celsius and then bake for 25 to 35 minutes or until the flesh of the fish is opaque when tested with the point of a knife. The fish comes out juicy and tender with a beautiful aromatic flavour and is best served with rice and either lightly cooked green vegetables or a green salad.